When I hear the words made in Italy, I automatically think of experiencing the finest craftsmanship on this side of heaven. I think luxury, I think quality, I think exclusivity, I think Lamborghini. While I didn't know the term supercar in my youth, I do remember the portrait of a yellow Lamborghini hanging in the stairwell of my childhood home. It served as a daily reminder to strive for excellence, of which Lamborghini personifies. Now as an adult, I am well aware that there is quite the distinction between just a car and experiencing the prowess of a Lamborghini. Lamborghinis are special. These high-performance, exotic beauties lend its owners a driving privilege that is unparalleled to any other. Driving a Lamborghini is living, and today we get to speak to someone who drives a Lamborghini for a living, and that will be none other than three-time world champion race car driver Milos Pavlovic. I am Catherine Yancey, and this is a Hot Noise exclusive. Recently, Milos spoke with us via FaceTime from Switzerland. How are you today, Milos?
I'm great, Catherine. How about you?
I'm doing just fine. Love the accent. Where are you from?
I come from Italy, Europe.
Home of Lamborghini.
Yeah, home of Lamborghini. That's true.
And for those who know who you are Mr. Lamborghini himself. You drive, win for Lamborghini.
I'm not exactly Mr. Lamborghini, but I'm a driver of Lamborghini, and I'm proud to be representing such an important brand, one of those cars that I dreamed about when I was a little boy. So yeah, I race Lamborghini.
I like your modesty.
Thank you.
You have a nice smile as well. Do you look like your mom or your dad?
I'm not sure. Some people say I look like my mom. Some people say I look like my dad. But I don't know. I prefer to look like my mom. She was pretty.
As we continued to speak about Milos' family, he continued to beam. It was obvious that family was definitely important to him. And are your parents still in Italy?
Yes, my parents still live in Italy. Yes, in Milan.
And do you have siblings as well?
Yes, I have one sister. She's a little bit older than me.
And what does she do for a living? Race car driving?
She didn't go the path I went. She didn't choose to be a race car driver, thank God. She's a lawyer, so she went completely the opposite way, but she found her way. She's doing great.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. And yes, that is the total opposite way. That's
yes,
funny.
That's a completely opposite.
So how long have you been into driving in general, racing?
Well, I can proudly say that my experience has reached a quarter of a century, so more than 25 years, almost 26 years, and I'm very proud of what I've learned and how skillful I have become.
Now, you look like you're only 25 or 26, so you must have been doing this your entire life. How old were you when you started?
Well, I started when I was very young, when I was 9 years old, I might look like, but that must be a trick with the camera, all these filters. but yeah, sport keeps you young, that's sure. When you do sports, it's good for the body and for the mind.
Did he say filters? You know we had to get the scoop on the social media.
Of course I am on Instagram.
So our followers can follow you. What's your social media?
My social media is Formula Milos. All one word, no dots, no lines.
And that's Formula Milos, Milos.
Yes, that's correct.
Gotcha. Follow Formula Milos Pavlovic, Lamborghini race car driver. I said Mr. Lamborghini. He said not so modestly, but we're going to go with Mr. Lamborghini. It just looks better on you. So we'll go with that. What's your favorite track to drive?
Well, one of my favorite trucks to drive is Daytona, and I guess that's familiar with the people that listen and follow you. So Daytona, I would choose Daytona.
Yes, we're familiar with NASCAR country.
Yeah, it's a great racing series. I love NASCAR.
When asked about the speed involved in racing, Milos really lit up.
NASCAR is pretty crazy fast. They go well above 300 kilometers per hour, and that is like 220 miles, I guess, in miles. So they're amazing, and we here in Europe with Lamborghini do just a little bit less than that. But it's different. We have corners that go left and right, and NASCAR is all about high speed. But I hope to try NASCAR. I love NASCAR, and I would love to try my talents there.
Milos was confident that wherever he would race, he could win.
Well, I'm pretty sure I can win pretty much anywhere. It's just a matter of time and practice.
While Milos was nothing but modest throughout the entire interview, he made it clear that modesty had its place and it wasn't on the track.
Well, I am modest, but in the end of the day, when you put your racing suit on and your helmet on, you gotta become a machine. And, I must win. I must be relentless and I must go for it. And, that's who I am. I'm a racing driver, a winner.
We'll be right back with more from Lamborghini race car driver, winner, 3-time world champion, Milos Pavlovic. So we've talked family, winning, NASCAR, and social media. Now it's time to talk speed, personal best. Lamborghini 3-time world champion race car driver Milos Pavlovic shares his personal best.
In Lamborghini, we don't do so much straight line speed, but let's say about 300. Let's say about 310, which in miles is about 200 miles per hour. Yeah.
Wow, that's really fast. So what car did you start out driving for Lamborghini?
I started with Gallardo. That's a little bit older model. The last year that it was used in 2014, and then I moved over to Huracan and the Aventador.
And just so people know, how many horses would it take to charge a Gallardo?
Well, Gallardo was about 580 horsepower, and my current race car, the Huracan's got 650. So it's pretty strong and fast.
When asked about how cars could improve in the future, in particular Lamborghini, this is what Milos had to say.
Well, I'm not sure I like the future because it's all electric and stuff, but I really hope that for those lucky ones, the combustion engine is going to still keep, running, and that we're going to still have some fuel to burn. And I'm not sure about exactly what's going to be long term for Lamborghini, but short term it's going to be big petrol engines and lots of good sound and lots of power, and it will be fun.
When I asked Milos what he did for fun in his leisure time, this was his response.
In my leisure time, well, I don't have much leisure time, I must say that, because I'm constantly flying left and right. When I get a chance to sit down, I like to spend time with the ones that I love. And that's my number one, let's say priority. And after that, everything that a normal, 35-year-old would do: go to cinema, go out with friends, and read a book, all these things.
I asked 35-year-old Milos what his biggest accomplishment was.
Well, the biggest accomplishment is ahead of me. I keep thinking of that, I know there is something bigger waiting for me out there. But so far I'm very proud with more than one thing I've done in my life. And the biggest at the moment is when I became world champion. And I've become world champion 3 times so far. So I would stand out with those 3 times. Yeah.
Way before Milos was the 3-time Lamborghini world champion, he spent many years building his career. When I asked him how he got to the point where he is now, this is what he said.
Well, it's not so easy, you need to make yourself a career, you need to win a lot, and you need to be chosen, and then if you're chosen, they let you play with these little toys, so that's how you get it.
Little toys, those are big boy toys.
Yeah, those are big toys for big boys. You're right. But still, I like to, see them as small little toys because they were my dream cars when I was a little boy. So they're still toys for me.
Well, I know when you were a little boy, you started out in go-kart racing. Do you remember your first victory?
Of course I do. You never forget sweet first victory. That's something unforgettable. It's still something that I carry with me. It was back in 1992, so a long day back when I was a little boy.
How old?
And at the time I was 10, so it was amazing. I loved it.
Milos illuminated with joy as he spoke of his humble beginnings.
My first go-kart had a strange color. It was purple, and it was handmade, by me, by my father, by my family, and yeah, it was a nice little toy, but it was quite rudimental, nothing, fancy. And things got serious after that. But that first one is beautiful. It's purple. I remember that.
Did you race the purple go-kart?
Yeah, only like for 4 or 5 races, but I did.
So you retired it now, huh? Since we moved on to Lamborghini?
It's retired for a long time now. But those were my first steps. I'm proud of this go-kart because it marked my career.
Is it part of your car collection?
Yes, it's my piece number 1.
And what other cars are in the collection?
Well, at the moment I don't have many more, but I have a few. Single-seater Formula Vauxhall that I raced with, and a few other go-karts that I won.
We'll be right back with more from Lamborghini race car driver, winner, 3-time world champion, Milos Pavlovic. So we've talked speed, cars, horsepower, humble beginnings, accomplishments, and now it's time to talk the perfect accessory with Lamborghini 3-time world champion race car driver Milos Pavlovic.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite items. A nice Lamborghini feels always good.
Oh yeah. I say the same thing every day.
I'm in love with my job. I'm loving my car that I'm using right now, so it's perfect.
It was also perfect that Milos found his passion early on.
When people ask me why you start racing, and it's quite simple for me, because the moment I tried go-karts, everything else that I loved or I thought I loved just disappeared. So that's when I discovered the word passion, and that's when I understood that's what I want to do.
Nice. It's nice to have that understanding at an early age, and of course your father supported it. You said that you did your racing at 9 and 10, and he took you to those races, I would think.
Yeah. He took me all the way till I got like 15 or so, and without family support you can't do much. So especially at that age, and I was lucky to have my parents supporting me and giving me all required for me to be able to race.
He's raced, he's won, and accrued over 100 wins in his career. He laughs, but it's no small feat.
You have to win, and I won pretty much in every single category I have raced in. And the last one was the Lamborghini Super Trofeo. I won the European and the World Championship, but that is not the peak. I'm still thinking the peak is ahead of me. So
Milos was very focused on his future and very clear that the past was the past.
What you have won is in the past, and I still think that my greatest win is in the future.
Absolutely. So if you can look into the future, what do you see for yourself?
Well, now with the Bobby Morgan talent agency and Sir Boyles, we are trying to do something good in the States. We are trying to open the road for NASCAR, and hopefully that's going to work out, because I would love to come racing in the States. I love speed, I love high speed, and racing always would be a challenge, and it would be amazing if I could manage to do that.
Okay, well, it'll happen because you said it.
Well, I certainly hope you're right. That will be awesome.
And what's also awesome is to represent Lamborghini.
My team in Europe is Lamborghini. I race for the factory team. So, people from Sant'Agata Bolognese, that's where the factory is based.
Direct from the factory. Must be nice.
Yeah, that is nice. It's the best feeling in the world, when you actually get to try new things that nobody saw before you. You feel a little bit special and, privileged. It's great.
Just a little special.
Even a little bit more. I love my job. It's one of those jobs that you can't do without passion. You have to love it, and I don't feel like working when I'm doing my job. So that's great.
So I assume that since you started racing at 10, that racing is the only job you've ever had.
Yes. I mean, I helped my father with his business. I helped some friends and some other stuff. I helped out. I had a friend who had a restaurant when I was 18, so I helped him out also. I did a bunch of things. But yes, the only thing that I really stuck with, and the only thing I, consider myself really to be good at, is being a racing driver. That's my life.
We'll be right back with more from Lamborghini race car driver, winner, 3-time world champion, Milos Pavlovic. So we've talked passion, victories, and NASCAR. Coming up, we'll get some wisdom, talk relationship status, and of course, money. We're talking to Lamborghini 3-time world champion race car driver Milos Pavlovic.
What's your advice to the person who has a dream inside, but yet they have not taken action towards that dream? They have fear for whatever reason.
Well, that fear the fear is real. I understand fear. I also have fear from time to time. But the thing is, no matter if you try or if you don't try, that fear is gonna stay. So you better break your boundaries. You better try, because nothing bad can happen. The only bad thing that can happen is that you learn from the experience you've just had, and you will be very happy with yourself because you went the way the universe is calling you to go. So do it and be stubborn and keep doing it till it works.
When asked to expound upon his fear and what frightens him, this is what Milos shared.
Well, failure frightens me, but overall, I have always been able to win. We all had our setbacks in our life and our careers, but in the end of the day, it's important to get out there and do your best.
Do you think failure in a certain aspect of life is what you fear, or just failure overall?
No, let's say just that when you begin, it's when you want to be a racing driver, it's not a straightforward job, especially when you need to make it through by yourself. Now I work obviously with Bobby and with Mr. Wars, so that helps a lot. And when you do 3 people together, you feel strong. But especially in the past when I was alone, because I didn't have a manager or somebody to help me out, then it was hard to do everything, to be quick on the racetrack, be successful, a winner, and then be also good in finding sponsors and so on.
I tried to catch Milos off guard with the next question.
I'm going to ask this not for myself, but for anyone who's watching.
All right.
Are you married, single, or dating?
I'm dating. I have a girlfriend.
See, I had to ask you that when you weren't expecting it, so we can get a truthful answer.
No, it's a truthful answer.
Nice. Well, good luck with that relationship. So,
thank you.
Next, we talked money, or at least I tried to.
How much did you make racing when you first started, like with go-karts? And how much do you make now driving for Lamborghini? And you can give us a round figure.
Well, let's just put it this way. I can make a good living, so that's not the problem. When I started racing, I made absolutely nothing. I was in minus, so.
Minus.
But right now, after when you become successful, when you really start winning important races, I started winning when I was young. But then to get really paid, but you need a factory behind you, and now it's good with them. I'm satisfied, but how much doesn't matter.
Of course, I had to dig deeper.
It does matter how much. I like how you skated around that. Are we talking about 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000? He's laughing. We're getting closer. 500,000, 600,000. Oh, he got serious. We're around that area.
No. Let's just put it this way. It's good. I'm satisfied. But you don't do racing just for money.
Of course not.
But it's an important, part of life. Otherwise, you can't do things that you also need, like family and stuff.
I shifted gears to something Milos was more comfortable with: the cost of Lamborghinis.
So, how much would the Gallardo cost?
Gallardo costed around 150,000, I think.
And what would a race car model cost?
A little bit more than that. I can't remember exactly, but about 50,000 more.
And the Aventador that you drive now, how much?
I actually don't own Aventadors. I drive Aventadors.
I said drive. Well, I'm still trying to figure out the money situation. Well, no, I'm just playing.
I think the Huracan is around 200 and the Aventador is around 380, something like that.
And about how much horsepower are you playing with when you're doing your races?
Oh, that's the best. 650.
Oh, wow.
That's fast. That's fast.
So in the future of racing, do you see it going much higher than 650?
Well, I'm not sure, because that's pretty much a good balance. Cars really fast when you have 650 horsepower. So I would hope for another 100, let's say.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if the industry will allow it. But it would be amazing if they did.
We'll be right back with more from Lamborghini race car driver, winner, 3-time world champion, Milos Pavlovic. We've talked speed, cars, and money. Coming up, we'll discover the influencers, vacation locales, and thoughts regarding future children. We're talking to Lamborghini 3-time world champion race car driver, Milos Pavlovic.
So tell me about the people you find to be most influential in your life.
Well, I'd have to mention my family because the family has been there all the way, including also, people that love me like my girlfriend, but also, people that are not there with us anymore, like Ayrton Senna. He was my hero, my idol, and the person I try to strive towards. And also a few other guys that if I mentioned wouldn't mean much to you, like Massimo or Andrea, because they are unknown to public, but still they shaped me as a person I am today, and they helped me to become the person I am.
When I asked Milos if he was ever tempted to do race car track moves on public streets, this is what he said.
No, I don't. When you're a racing driver, you realize how dangerous it can be, and on a public road, you can't predict what's around you. It would be careless to do something inappropriate on the roads.
So give a PSA to all of those inappropriate road racers. Where would you tell?
They should go to the track and get the rage out there, and then calm down and go back on the normal traffic.
Turns out Milos had a track in mind that he enjoyed taking his rage out on.
Suzuka is my favorite one. It's in Japan. It's one of those that have a lot of character. It's old school. You have to have a lot of respect for this place. I love Daytona as well.
And when asked where he loved to vacation, Milos responded,
I like to change every time and see different places. So I would say somewhere hot, so where I can be in my shirts. Let's say, I don't know. I love Asia also. So let's say Indonesia, Bali.
Naturally, I asked if we could expect some dancing from the Model S race car driver.
Yeah, do any dancing?
No.
I had to ask. All right, so
sometimes, but not
sometimes. No, we won't catch you making money from that. Magic Mike, maybe.
No. Dancing or singing, I'm gonna go broke very soon.
Now, how about that? A world champion with a sense of humor.
Do you know what Magic Mike is?
No, that's. I definitely don't have those moves. No.
Okay, just asking. Somebody probably wanted to support you. You were looking for sponsors and stuff. So, okay.
Throughout the entire interview, there was only one question to catch Milos off guard.
Let's say you have a future with your girlfriend now, and she becomes your wife, and you have children. What would you tell that future child?
Oh, that's a tough one. I didn't think of that one yet, but I'm not sure. The only important thing for me would be that my child is happy. So I would try to do my best to give that child the best possible, start of life without, too much, too little, just enough so that she or he can make it in life on her own.
In closing, when Milos was asked how he wanted to be remembered, he rendered these words.
Milos Pavlovic, the fighter, the winner, the guy that never gives up, and the guy who always delivers. Maybe not with the timeline he expected to, but in the end he does it because he never gives up, and that's who I am.
And there you have it. That's who Milos Pavlovic is. Thank you for tuning in to this exclusive Hot Noise Entertainment Magazine interview with Lamborghini 3-time world champion race car driver Milos Pavlovic. I'm Catherine Yancey, and remember, whatever's hot, we make it hot noise.
everybody. We're here at the event. It's going down. Elite Talent Sports Management Agency with Lamborghini Milos. As you see, people just coming, arriving, getting everything ready, man. It's going down in a fun way, you know. So I'm just excited about it. It's coming together. Milos here with Lamborghini. He's made it here.
Ciao.